right, in this video, we just wanted to make sure to highlight some of the new things going on for this year. So whether you're a returning student or a new student, this is new stuff going on, so make sure you're in the loop. The first thing we highlight in some of the other videos, but I wanted to point it out here just to make sure you go check those out. The plan for drop-off and parking for secondary students has changed. We're going a different direction. Check out that video. Also, we're using key cards for all the students, so how they can get into the buildings, when they can get in. Check out that video as well, so that you make sure that your student knows how to get around, when they can be here, how they get in. Another cool thing that we're excited about is we're planning to launch a new app for our school that will have tons of information. So be looking for that in August or the early fall as we roll that thing out. A couple other supports and services that we have revamped or created for this year. The first one is for struggling students. We want to make sure we're coming alongside parents and students that are maybe struggling academically. So we're going to be running reports every week, starting about the third or fourth week of school. And on Thursdays, we're going to have an academic support and tutoring time where anyone that's failing a class is required on Thursday to go during lunch and get academic support and spend their time at lunch getting that help to help make sure that grade gets pulled up. And so we don't want students struggling, failing for multiple weeks. We want to be proactive. We'll communicate with the parents when your student is required to be there. We'll explain that to all the students at the beginning of the school year, but wanted to give you the heads up. Also, on a similar note, on Tuesdays throughout the year, we're going to be having a lunch detention time. What we found is we need kind of a disciplinary consequence for students and as part of the bigger process of restoration and discipleship. And so lunch detention is going to be part of that. We'll be providing info to the students about what that looks like. We'll also be communicating with you parents whenever your student has an infraction and is required to go do that. But those are two new things during lunch that will be going on. The last thing I want to highlight is we've revamped our student activity policy. So the participation in things like Frisbee, adventure trips, drama programs, anything like that, we now want to partner with parents in terms of whether or not your student participates in those things. If a student is failing a class, rather than us coming in and saying they can or can't participate, we want parents to have that conversation and make that call. So we'll be in communication with you guys, but ultimately it's the parents' call on extracurricular activities, whether or not your student gets to participate. And it's part of that discipleship, part of that learning to prioritize and put the right things first. And we want you to be working with your students on that at home. So again, those are just some of the new things. Make sure to check out the other videos and we'll have more info to come.